Hello and welcome to The Fry's Show. At Fry's, everyone wins when it comes to saving big. Because when you order online through the Fry's app, you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards on pickup or delivery that you do in-store with no hidden fees or markups. So no matter how you shop, you'll always save big at Fry's. Fry's, fresh for everyone.
Save big on your favorites with the Buy 5 or More, Save $1 each sale. Simply buy 5 or more participating items and save $1 each with your card. Fry's, fresh for everyone.
Are you ready to kickstart your week with some dirt slinging and tire slaying action motorsports radio that packs the biggest guests?
Hi, Ken Block here.
Hey, my name's Jolene Van Butte.
What's up, Brian Deegan here.
Vaughn Ginn Jr. here.
They've been thrown into one show that has broken down the barriers of what a motorsports radio show should be. This is the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor, with support from General Tire, KMC Wheels, Rigid Industries, Dirtfish, Gibson Exhaust, and MTX Audio. With your host, who also happens to spend his weekends flying 800 horsepower trucks through the dirt, Jim Beaver.
When was the last time you saw an off-road or rally driver begging to get behind the wheel of a NASCAR IndyCar? Yep, not happening, but you sure see these pavement racers begging to drive our cars.
And his partner in crime every week, a self-proclaimed Canadian moto chick who was jumping triples and taking podiums before most guys have learned to ride. Amy Hood.
No one knows how to say my last name. Like, is it really that hard? Amy Hood, like I'm from the hood. Don't get it twisted.
Sit back, strap in, and be prepared to join us as we take you through a motorsports ride like no other. Here is the man who carries a steering wheel in one hand and a mic in the other, Jim Beaver.
Good morning and welcome to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Jim Beaver, Amy Hood here, rocking and rolling another week, another show, and I got to tell you, we have a slammed one for you today. Sometimes when it rains, it pours. This week is definitely the case. Man, RJ Anderosn, my good friend Katie Osborne. We got Jeff Alessi on the line, Brett Q, Joe Duncan from Terracross. I don't know, Amy, that's one hell of a guest lineup.
Oh, when it rains, it pours. Yes, we have a stoked, super awesome, badass lineup. I can't wait. I love all of our guests who are going to be on today, but I just have a serious mishap here. I was going to have a little bit of yogurt for breakfast, and I've been sitting here writing my notes, just kind of prepping for the show, and I guess I forgot that I opened up my yogurt, and then I went to go shake it and mix it up, and it just exploded everywhere. So I'm covered head to toe in strawberry yogurt. But,
nice. You'd be nice and...
That's how my morning's going right now.
Yeah, well, at least it's strawberry. At least you'll smell good for the next 2 hours while we're doing radio.
I mean, it's
man.
nice and moisturizing, too, I bet.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, my goodness. It's so funny.
All right, we're going to let you get cleaned up. We're going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, Amy and I don't know, we got some stuff to talk about. Our buddy Hubert definitely had some shenanigans going on and not cool. But we'll be back after this commercial break on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor.
Hey, I'm RJ Anderosn, factory Polaris driver, and I drive Polaris because it's the most capable, race-ready off-road vehicle on the market.
When RJ Anderosn wanted to set a world record for the longest UTV jump in history, not once but twice, what company did he trust? Polaris and their championship-winning Razor XP1000. RJ is a UTV champion behind the wheel of Polaris vehicles, and he exclusively trusts the Polaris Razors to bring him race wins and championships against some of the toughest off-road racers in the world. The same Polaris Razors RJ has won championships in, set world records in, and conquered the Wall of Death in XP1K2 are available to you at your local Polaris dealer. Take the advice of world record holder RJ Anderosn and visit Polaris on the web at Polaris.com to see the full lineup of Polaris Razor vehicles, or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris Razor.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, a 268-horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine, rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305-horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. the Subaru WRX and WRX STI. It's not a sibling rivalry. It's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
For 100 years, General Tire has provided tires for your lifestyle, your adventure, your anywhere. Born from competition, the Grabber tire offers the durability and off-road traction you demand in a tire. We put these tires to the test in the harshest off-road racing conditions to give you a tire that will make your anywhere possible. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us photos at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible. Because with General Tire, anywhere is possible. MTX Audio is the leader in sound. Whether you're looking for high-quality, all-weather motorsports audio products like soundbars, amplifiers, and speakers that will work on any UTV or motorcycle, need to dial in your car or home with high-performance audio solutions, or are looking for a new portable speaker or set of headphones, MTX Audio has what you need to get your project sounding as good as it looks. MTX Audio is a family-owned American manufacturer who has been in business for over 40 years. Check out the full line of products at mtx.com. Looking to have some fun on four wheels? Dirtfish Rally School has you covered. Packing as much adrenaline and adventure as you can handle into high-performance all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive Subaru rally cars is where the fun begins at Dirtfish. Just 30 minutes outside of Seattle and Snoqualmie, you'll get a chance to train up to 3 full days with some of the country's best instructors and be put through the high-octane rush of rally on mud, dirt, and tarmac. Get started today and call 425-888-7715 or visit us online at dirtfish.com and use code 911 for a 15% discount. Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Jim Beaver, Amy Hood here. And, man, before we get into things, got to bring something to everyone's attention. Happened over the weekend. I got a text from my good buddy Hubert Rowland over there at Nitro Circus, everybody's favorite redneck. Also does a lot with Terracross and that. But I got to say, I know he's been pumping out the social media. I know just about everybody in our communities have. I mean, I even saw Ryan Villapoto pushing some stuff out for Hubert. But this weekend he was at a UTV event, I believe. I can't remember where it was at. I think possibly Tennessee. But regardless, anyways, go and check out Hubert's Instagram profile. His truck, he has a huge Super Duty truck, a Chevrolet like 3/4-ton truck, trailer, Razor. The whole thing was stolen out of the hotel parking lot. And I got to tell you, there's not much I hate more than thieves. To me, that's just
I know.
It's just sad. I mean, Hubert's a good dude. Just a humble guy. He'll give you the shirt off his back, always helping everybody. And, here's a guy who, I've heard his story many times, didn't come from much. And, he still doesn't have a lot. Everybody thinks, oh, he's with Pastrana, he's rich and famous and this and that, and it's totally not that way. I mean, Hubert hustles for everything he's got, hard worker. And to see this, I mean, that's, like Hubert said, he's like, this truck is what makes me money, hauling things around for Travis and everything else. And now he's out of a truck, a Razor, a trailer, the whole works. It's just crap,
Yeah, and the Razor and trailer were seen on Highway 27 in Chattanooga heading south. So, I mean, if you guys are kind of in that general area, keep your eyes out. I mean, there's been a lot of times that we've done I know people, made social media posts, and we've been able to actually find the stolen vehicles, dirt bikes, trailers, Razors, whatever it is. Actually, funny story from the LA Supercross. One of my friends took a Snapchat photo of this bike in the back of a truck because it was in there really weird, and he's like, just Snapchatted the picture of it, and then a couple minutes later, someone said that this bike has been stolen. Keep an eye out for it. Turns out the Snapchat was the stolen bike, and they found the license plate of the guy, and were able to actually find his dirt bike. So again, if you guys see this beautiful Razor and trailer, I mean, take a picture of it, snap it, take a photo of the vehicle driving or the person if you can. The great thing about social media is that we can connect really fast and easily, and hopefully, bring this thing home. So
yeah, and I'm not opposed to a baseball bat to kneecaps or something like that in this situation. Seriously, you go into a gas station and they're there, tee off on them. If you've got a golf club or a baseball bat, tee off on them. I give you my permission. I swear Hubert to do the same, and so would Pastrana and anybody. This is I don't know. I just hate thieves. people work hard for what they've got, and for somebody just to shortcut and take it, to me, that's lame. That is very, very lame.
The thing is, like, I'm one of those people who trust everybody. Like, I have a very bad habit of leaving my doors unlocked, leaving my purse down if I go grab, like, a coffee or something. Like, I trust people, and I'm learning that I can't. I had this off-duty officer, like, come to me when I was at Starbucks because I had, like, a bunch of my stuff down and I was working, and I went up for a coffee, and he's like, honey, I could have stole your purse right here, there, and, like, I'm just like, I don't think about that stuff because I personally would never do that to anybody, and it's sad and pathetic that people are so low and have to do that to others, but, what can I say? It's the bad time when we got to worry about all of our stuff. So hopefully we'll be able to find this for Hubert. So.
Yeah, for sure. It's I don't know. I don't know what more to say. So definitely Hubert's posted up his email address, all his contact info, on his social media, mainly his Instagram. So you can direct message him through their email. And if you got any ideas, anything, any leads, if you've seen it anywhere, definitely contact Hubert. He would love to get this back in some way, shape, or form because it's definitely his livelihood. So, but other than that, I don't know. I had a pretty good weekend. Went up to the mountains this weekend, got away from things, and had a little bit interesting. On my way home, stopped in at a random gas station in a small town called Peoples Valley, Arizona, and went into a convenience store with my daughter. And lo and behold, I got to give a shout-out to a listener to our show named Jameson. He was behind the counter there and recognized the voice. Didn't recognize me, but recognized the voice. Heard us on air, and was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what's up, man? That's cool. I always like to hear, people. I wish someone would recognize my voice. I mean, come on. Don't I have a unique voice? Yeah. I don't think so. It's not as unique as yours, Jim.
I recognize your voice, Hood.
Okay, good.
Yeah. You got one person that does, anyways. I don't know. I know you guys were out on some bikes this weekend, right? Finally able to start riding some moto, huh?
Well, kind of, sort of. I had a motocross school scheduled for this Sunday, but it's decided to torrential downpour every single day. But, I mean, there's no rest for the wicked, and if you want to get better, you got to train in the most adverse conditions. So I sucked it up. Me and my friends, we loaded our bikes up, and we went out to the sand track, hoping that it was going to be okay. The rain was kind of holding off a little bit. We get there, decided to pour. We're like, you know what, we're here anyways. We unloaded the bikes and just busted out some motos. And, it was a lot of fun. It was freezing. You had to actually take your goggles off, and it was pointless to even ride with the gloves because they were soaking wet. And they had added a little bit of mud to the sand track, so there were some pretty muddy sections. Actually, I totally posted it up on Instagram. I totally wiped out. I have no shame. I don't care. I'll show everybody. But, I had a couple crashes, actually. But the whole track was surrounded by water. So it looked crazy. It looked like we were driving, like, on a track made on a lake. Because literally on the left and right side of everywhere, all over the track was filled with water. So it was a lot of fun. I mean, again, it kind of prepares you for any mud races or mud motos. Or, if you can ride in that, you can ride in anything. And that's what I kind of like to tell people. I was like, I mean, rain, mud, snow, shine, whatever. I mean, just get it done.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. You talk about rain, and I swear to God, we get like maybe 5 days of rain here in Arizona a year, at least where I'm at. And so I go out to shoot some video in this, brand new Subaru WRX STI, right? And I'm like, it's going to be a beautiful day for rain and that. And go out there and shoot. It rained the whole time I was going to shoot. So I got one video, like a 10-second clip or something like that, and that was about it. So I don't know. I got to get back out there, but I don't know what's going on here in Arizona, man. Never get any rain. I decided I'm going to go out and shoot video, and boom, rain.
We have a beautiful week ahead of us. Finally, it's our first week that we get, in the Celsius, like above 15 degrees, and I think one day gets to 22. But this week I'm actually shooting a really cool campaign for the Ride for Dad for Prostate Cancer. You guys got to stay tuned. It's going to be dropping either tonight or tomorrow, but it's a pretty funny. I mean, if you're going to do something really serious and touch on a serious topic, I always like to throw in a little bit of humor. It's going to be good. You guys got to stay tuned. It's awesome. So that's all I can say. So I just want to get, the buzz out there. But my prostate cancer Ride for Dad campaign drops tonight or tomorrow, and stay tuned. It's good.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely going to be good stuff. You've been pumping out a ton of video lately. I know. It's just crazy. You had the one video. Your series is doing well, but the one before that, you guys were out riding. I don't know if it looked like I wanted to say sand dunes, but it was all sand. But it looked like an awesome place to ride.
Oh yeah, no, it's like our big sand pit, but it sucks because people are just ruining it. They're having like bonfires and like wrecking beer bottles and cans and everything, and just crap and garbage in the middle of the bowl, like this big sand bowl. And people gotta respect that. There's people who like ride and come to these places for entertainment, and they gotta preserve it and stop throwing your garbage everywhere. It just bothers me. Every year it becomes a little worse and a little worse, and it just really pisses me off that people don't have respect for, like nature or beautiful riding facilities. Like, come on.
Yeah, I know here in Arizona, the big one is people like to burn pallets, and then you get the nails all over the place, and then your bike and your razors pick up nails, and it's just I'm like, come on, go get some real wood, but don't burn pallets. It's just a pain for everybody. But we're going to take a short break. When we come back, RJ Anderosn, my Polaris RZR teammate, and he's going to be calling in. We're going to be talking about some of his new videos that are dropping, a little bit of RZRs, a little bit of Lucas Short Course, and a whole lot more here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR.
I'm Polaris rider Levi LaValle, and I choose Polaris just because they have the best quality, highest performing, most fun machines out there.
Only one company has taken Levi LaValle to 10 X Games medals, snowcross championships, a double backflip, and a world record long jump of 412 feet across the San Diego Harbor on New Year's Eve, and that company is Polaris. Whether it's dominating the X Games, racing a stock Polaris RZR XP1000 in the Terracross Championship, or just hitting the trail on the weekend, for over 20 years, Levi has relied on the same quality Polaris vehicles and products you can purchase at your local Polaris dealer. Take the advice of action sports legend Levi LaValle and visit Polaris on the web at Polaris.com to see the full lineup of Polaris vehicles, or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris RZR. Are you looking for a place to push yourself behind the wheel and see how your driving skills stack up? Dirtfish Rally School is that place. Located on 315 acres of pristine automotive playground at the foot of the Cascade Mountains in Snoqualmie, Washington, right outside of Seattle, Dirtfish Rally School is a one-of-a-kind place where everyone from first-time drivers to seasoned professionals like Bucky Lassick and Antoine Lestage can push themselves to their limit. Whether driving the high-performance, rally-prepped all-wheel drive Subaru Impreza STI is what you're looking for, or you'd rather hang it all out in the rear-wheel drive Subaru BRZs, Dirtfish Rally School has something for everyone. Classes are available from 2 hours to 3 full days and feature instructors with over 150 years of combined racing experience. Whether you're looking to become the best and get an edge on the competition, or just looking to freshen your skills behind the wheel, Dirtfish Rally School is the place to go. For more information on registering for classes, visit Dirtfish on the web at dirtfish.com, or to check out the latest happenings from Dirtfish, follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Dirtfish Rally. For 100 years, General Tire has provided tires for your lifestyle, your adventure, your anywhere. Born from competition, the Grabber tire offers the durability and off-road traction you demand in a tire. We put these tires to the test in the harshest off-road racing conditions to give you a tire that will make your anywhere possible. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us photos at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible. Because with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, a 268-horsepower, turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine, rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305-horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, it's not a sibling rivalry, it's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Jim Beaver, Amy Hood here, waiting on our good friend RJ Anderosn to give us a ring here into the show. But man, it's later on in the.
I just watched his video, and again, like all these guys making these rad, super cool videos that it's like a little movie.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Amy,
brands have it right on how to do. Their marketing campaigns nowadays. Like, it's not about dumping a bunch of money and putting in a 1-2 page spread in magazines anymore. It's, spending that money on making really cool productions like this Razor video. Like, holy smokes, that was super cool. And I want to talk to RJ and see how much fun he had. Like,
good news is we are now joined on the line by RJ Anderosn. So you wanted to talk to RJ. Here he goes, Amy.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Oh, just
we're just talking about your sweet new video that you guys dropped. But, man, how much fun was that? It looked like it was a blast and a little scary at times.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they showed the majority of the not so fun parts.
Yeah,
but it was cool. I'm glad we were able to release that edit. A lot of people, I think that these videos we do are just cookie cutter, and everyone tells me what speed to go, and that the videos just go flawless. So I think it was cool to show the side of things, the struggles and the ups and downs and the crashes.
Yeah, I got to say. Yeah, no, it's been funny because I've always wondered that with these videos. I know you guys build, build multiple cars and they all look the same just in case something happens. But to me, I mean, I don't think this is any knock on your driving ability, but it shows a little bit that you're human. But I think it really adds and shows like you make stuff look so easy in the videos, and I think this actually, makes everything look more difficult. They're like, oh crap, it really isn't that easy. It took RJ a couple of takes to land that, and to me, I think it adds credibility to what you're doing because you're such a good driver that sometimes you make things look too easy, and this definitely takes people out of that and go, oh man, there is a danger level here.
Yeah, definitely. That's the one thing I'm glad to show is we don't really, everything's real that we do. It's not all staged or anything fake or movie magic, and it almost looks like that because the way the Mad Media crew shoots everything, it looks so badass, and it almost looks like it's not real at times. So in the past, we've had pretty successful shoots, but I think just as these things go on, it's just pushing the limits of what we can do in a Razor, and it showed in that Sound and Fury edit that I definitely took a couple spills, but it was nothing. We were actually we had two cars on set, and we were able to fix them every time and keep on going to finish the shoot.
Nice. So I got to ask, and here's one. I've been waiting for an answer for this, but now we got the crashes from XP1K3 out. But going back to XP1K2, I got to ask, when you went into the wooden bowl, did you get out of that, or did you just, like, my thought was you just stopped and the thing laid over on its side, because I didn't see how you were getting out of that bowl, or did you actually, were you able to pull out?
I'm literally still in there. I'm still going around in circles. No, that's the joke. But no, I actually didn't crash. So I don't know. Maybe one day we revisit the Wall of Death. I think that was a cool stunt. It blew a lot of people's minds to see a car enter the Wall of Death like that. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen any of the YouTube videos of the Wall of Death, but it's mostly all motorcycles and stuff doing it. So for you to be able to do it was pretty rad. And I think we did a little bit more little structural change. I think in the video you guys could see, I mean, the Razor, the weight of the Razor was just literally tearing that thing apart as I went around it. So I think we can definitely, if we worked on it a little bit more, I can make something pretty cool out of that.
Yeah, for sure. That being said, I know not only we have the XP1K, but you also dropped a new series with Polaris Razor. I know Mad Media, UTV Underground, they've been chasing you around for a while and kind of documenting kind of your background and stuff like that. And obviously, I know your dad well and the family well because my dad used to race Class 8s against Walker. But this is pretty cool. I mean, it takes people takes people out and outside and brings them into kind of your background. A lot of people.
Hey Jim, you're cutting out a little bit.
Yeah, am I? Okay. We'll try and make a couple adjustments here, but it takes people outside a little bit and brings them into kind of where you came from.
Yeah, I know the new RJ37 video series that we're doing alongside with Polaris Razor is pretty cool. I think a lot of times as short course racers and stuff, you get lost in the just even in racers in general, you get lost in the just one round to the next, and what all goes into these things and who we are as drivers. And that's one thing that I'm stoked to be able to bring is just a look into kind of like life as a short course racer and what goes through for the team and the families and stuff like that. So, I do a lot more than just race the short course stuff. So it's cool to be able to kind of get a look at what the short course racing entails, but also, the full kind of just how life rolls for me. So it's a cool little series that Polaris is doing, and I'm stoked to finish that thing out. I think we actually have the next episode dropping later this week.
Nice.
Yeah, and you know what? I find like those videos really do show more of the versatility of this razor, like, how far you can push it and, how almost indestructible it is. I mean, when you crash, you kind of just kept on going. And, videos like this really make me want to go out and buy one. Like, it's like, dang, I want to take this thing off-roading. Videos like this appeal to a whole different market than just the racers. But, the everyday person who wants to just rip one around, so.
Yeah, one of the coolest things is when people come up to me and they actually buy razors after watching the X1K videos. I've had, I want to say, at least 10 or 12 people come up to me and say, your video made me buy a razor. So that's the ultimate goal, is to share off-road and get people to go out and create their own version of having fun in a razor.
Yeah. Well,
exactly.
It's funny you say that because I can't remember where I was at. I was in a random, and I can't even remember. I was in a random Polaris dealership somewhere in the country for some reason. One of my travels, and I don't even remember where it was at. It tells you, you guys know, you guys travel as much as I do. But walked in, and they found out I did radio, and I was involved with the Razor brand, and they're like, have you ever had that RJ guy on your show? And I'm like, yeah, quite a few times. And they're like, dude, he is awesome. And it was funny because it's this random Polaris dealership. All they wanted to do was talk about RJ Anderosn. They're like, oh, you know him? He's awesome.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, because and especially with my face not being directly related with the videos, I've been someone was asking what I do, and I've kind of explained some of the racing the razors and stuff, and they started going into detail about trying to explain this video they saw one time with a guy just going crazy and doing stupid stuff in a razor, and I just kind of laughed and was like, yeah, that's actually me. So it's pretty funny. I've had that happen a couple times, but that's what's cool about doing the viral thing is it reaches so many people. I mean, YouTube, Facebook, that reaches so much more than even, just like the TV stuff I do with the trucks. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, that being said,
exactly.
You guys got a big round coming up this weekend in SoCal. How is, I can't say, obviously you've got the Pro 2 thing figured out. You got, your first victory last year, rolling into this year. Obviously, you got to have a championship in the sights. I mean, how has the progression gone from Pro Light to Pro 2? I mean, how has that changeover been for you as a driver?
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly. I mean, the best way to describe it for me is when I stepped into the Pro 2 class, there's like 6 or 7 guys in that class that are supposed to win. I mean, that's what their sponsors are paying them to do, and that's what every time they line up, they're going out there because they're supposed to win that race. And that's what's gnarly about the Pro 2 classes. In the Pro Lights, everyone's just kind of getting their feet wet, and there's some new guys. A lot of people are trying things all the time, and you're just kind of searching for podiums and consistent finishes. But in the Pro 2 class, there's literally, it's the premier class, I call it, in short course. And there's so many guys that are just supposed to win. So, I mean, that hunger and that drive that everyone has is just insane. So it's, entering my third year now. It's I've learned a lot, and I think this is going to be a good year for us. We had a pretty good opening round, but fought a couple things, so I'm excited to get back out there, and I think we're going to have a really good weekend coming up here in Elsinore.
Yeah, and I think the thing with Lucas is the series is so long, and and especially a guy like you. I mean, you can ruin your truck and completely demolish it on the first race of the weekend, and and you don't have any truck for the second one, and it really kills you in the points. And I think with Lucas, it's literally a marathon. You just got to score points at every round and be there. And it's about consistency and getting those top fives. And you can't take a podium and then not place for 2 rounds in a row after that and finish in 15th. It just doesn't work that way.
No, exactly. Yeah, there's so many guys, you know, that are so consistent, and we push these trucks so hard. It's hard to stay consistent, but it's crazy, especially like you said. If we tear the truck up the first day, we do 2 rounds at a time, and they have to fix it overnight. So definitely pulled some all-nighters, and I don't know, I like to stay busy, so I wish we raced more, but 8 weekends throughout the year is fun, but that is a bummer, you know, if we come off like a bad weekend, like round 1 and 2 went okay for us, but it's like the next weekend I was ready to go. I wanted to go back out there because I know we got more in the tank. So that's the one thing that's kind of a bummer is racing once a month compared to every weekend or every other weekend. But I guess I'd create more of a problem if we raced every weekend, because there's no way I would need a couple more of me.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, RJ, have you ever dabbled into 2 wheels? Because, I mean, to fill that schedule, you can always come race dirt bikes with me. Yeah. I actually grew up on 2 wheels. That's how nice.
That's how I started getting into this stuff. I grew up on 2 wheels, and my mom's a school teacher, it's kind of like a country area, and there's a lot of dirt bike kids that come through the area. And my one thing was my mom would never let me race dirt bikes, so that's how I actually started racing 4-wheel stuff, because I wanted to do some dirt bike stuff, and she put the big no on racing dirt bikes. So that's kind of how in my younger years I got into racing 4 wheels. So I guess I got to thank my mom for getting me started in the 4-wheel thing.
Yeah.
Hey. I guess so, yeah. Well, I mean, you can always kind of cross-train and get yourself a bike and go have some fun, you know. So.
Yeah. No, I definitely do like to get out on 2 wheels for fun. It is a great cross-training tool.
Yeah. All right, RJ. Well, we're out of time here, buddy, but we gotta do this more often. Get you dialed in for some interviews, maybe once a month or something like that, to talk some razors and stuff like that. I know we've talked about it. We just need to start making it happen, buddy.
Yeah, for sure. I like you guys, so anytime.
All right, good to know. RJ Anderosn likes us. I think that's a good way to send it to a break, and we'll be back with more here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor.
Hey, I'm RJ Anderosn, factory Polaris driver, and I drive Polaris because it's the most capable, race-ready off-road vehicle on the market.
When RJ Anderosn wanted to set a world record for the longest UTV jump in history, not once but twice, what company did he trust? Polaris and their championship-winning Razor XP1000. RJ is a UTV champion behind the wheel of Polaris vehicles, and he exclusively trusts the Polaris Razors to bring him race wins and championships against some of the toughest off-road racers in the world. The same Polaris Razors RJ has won championships in, set world records in, and conquered the Wall of Death in XP1K2 are available to you at your local Polaris dealer. Take the advice of world record holder RJ Anderosn and visit Polaris on the web at Polaris.com to see the full lineup of Polaris Razor vehicles, or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris Razor. Your life demands a tire that provides durability, comfort, and performance, and that's what General Tire delivers for you. From the all-season grip of the Grabber UHP to the comfort and on-road manners of the Grabber HTS to the durability and off-road traction of the Grabber AT2, General has a tire that will help get you where you need to go. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible, because with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Life is all about sound, the sound of sports, the sound at the racetrack, and the sound of your vehicle. Don't drive around listening to this. Drive around listening to the sound of performance. Gibson Performance. Gibson Performance Exhaust is the company who can turn this into this. Remember that life is all about sound, and Gibson Exhaust is the sound of performance. Check out your next catback exhaust system, headers, muffler, or UTV exhaust at GibsonPerformance.com and get more power and more sound.
Come to the island and rip it up this summer. Wakeboard Island. It's a skate park on water at Blue Water Resort and Casino. Check out the 2-tower cable system that pulls you and your board over the water. No boats to watch out for. No fumes. Wakeboard Island is open to all skill levels with an open center section for beginners. And for trick riders, a double side kicker in a 60-foot flat box. Wakeboard Island. The best ride this side of the Rockies. Adjacent to the River's Edge Cantina at Blue Water Resort and Casino on the Colorado River in Parker, Arizona.
Since 1970, KC Highlights has been designing and manufacturing performance lighting for off-road and motorsports, beginning with the legendary Daylighter up until today's revolutionary Flex, Pod, and Pro 6 lighting systems. KC Highlights offers a full line of halogen, HID, and LED lighting solutions for your off-road vehicle. Looking for the best quality lighting? Looking for the brand champions choose? You're looking for KC Highlights. Find out more information at kchighlights.com or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at KC Highlights. Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Jim Beaver, Amy Hood here, and I'd like to welcome my good friend Katie Osborne to the show. And I don't know, we're going by Katie, we're going by Kate. I know you and I have had this discussion for like 4 years now, Katie.
Yeah, you know what's funny is I have many a times thought about the conversation of Katie versus Kate and how it all began back in Global Rallycross. Yeah, you know, Power Nation is calling me Katie these days, but you know, Fox is still calling me Kate. Other people who met me when I first started going by Kate, I'm Kate. So it's kind of awkward. But my website's Katie. But no,
I don't know.
It's a strange conversation piece.
Yeah, it's I don't know. As long as I know you, every time we get you on air, I've done any kind of production or anything, you know, on air with you. It was always, what are we going by? You know, and it was like, you know, and you've got reasons for both. So it's, you know, it's, I don't know, man.
Yeah, my mom and dad call me Katie. They prefer Katie, but in the short around the house when I'm back, it's Kate. So you know, I don't know. I'll go by there. It's fine. Catherine. Sometimes just never Kathy or Kathleen.
Yeah.
When you're in trouble, it's
Catherine.
Yeah, when you're in trouble, it's Catherine.
When you're in trouble,
for sure.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
How are you guys?
Doing well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm awesome. I don't know about you, but it's a good day because the sun is shining and there's no snow here in Canada. So.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah. Well, you're a Midwest girl. You're used to the snow, Katie.
No, you know what? I will for 110% claim Midwest girl.
What's that? You're breaking up, Katie. I don't know what's going on here.
So, I'll move around the house a little bit.
Oh yeah, you're good there.
I'm a mid. Okay, I'm just gonna stand for the next couple minutes in the corner here.
Just on one leg, stand in the air.
Yeah.
Rub it down.
Tree pose. I'll go tree pose. No, I am a Midwest girl. I will always play Midwest, but my body temperatures, I'm telling you what, I don't handle the cold weather like I used to. I don't know. When I moved to California, it was like all things are out. I mean, Jim, you get the warm weather, and it's like going into the cold weather after that. It's like you can't really. It's hard. It's good for a weekend, but it's.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
You have no idea. Like I've lived in Canada and in Winnipeg, so one of the coldest regions in Canada all my life, and still, like, I get depressed, miserable, I hate it.
Yes.
My body, I'm, you know, breaking all the bones that I have over the years. Like, my body can't physically handle the cold anymore. Like, my hands cramp up, my knees, my back. Like, it's terrible. I don't know why I still live here.
Isn't it weird? It's so bizarre. Anyways, I'm a firm believer that body temperatures can move and they, whatever. Anyways, I'm a firm believer in it.
Yeah. So how's everything been with you? I know you and I don't know, we go in spurts where we talk all the time and then we don't catch up for a while. And I mean, I still, you know, you and I, you're one of those people, you and I get together and, you know, we talk for hours and then we don't talk for, you know, 6 months to a year. But I'm trying to think. I think it might have been the GRC Awards banquet a year ago or something in Vegas at SEMA or something. But things have really kind of taken off for you. Obviously, this new deal with Power Nation, definitely big news for you.
Yeah, you know, the Power Nation deal is so big, and it's you know what it is? It's really good people who are all really interested in the same thing, and that's a really helpful thing. And there's a lot of they love cars, they love motorsports, they love classic everything, and it's a really great family to be part of. And for those of you who may not know, Power Nation is an automotive build show on Spike, NBC Sports, and CBS Sports. But yeah, it's really a great combination of all things. It's no drama, and for us in this industry, it's great because
it's the same family. I see them once a month for a week. We shoot a bunch of episodes all within a week in Nashville. And it's nice to have a little bit of a family that you can always count on, that you know that you'll always see at least once a month. And a lot of times in the TV industry, on my end, it's like, you know, you never know who this shooter's going to be, or you never know who your production people are going to be. And it's really nice to have some consistency in the same kind of people over and over and over. Plus, the show's really great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it definitely makes for better TV. You get to know everybody around you, and when it's a revolving door, it definitely makes it tough. You know, you get a feel for people, and it's the same thing with doing radio or on-air talent. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You work with somebody for so long, you guys, you know, you get to feel each other out and you know what's going to happen next. And yeah, that's definitely cool. I know I've been keeping track. You guys have had some fun builds and stuff you guys have been working on.
I'm hearing a little bit of funky static here.
Yeah, I said.
Are you guys there?
Yeah, no, I'm here. There's something weird. It's we got a problem with the phone line today. Like going out to the internet, everything's crystal clear, but it's the phone line going out to you guys. Like you're crystal clear, but I can't hear you guys. You there?
I'm here, but I can't hear anybody.
Yeah, can you guys hear me? Can you hear each other?
I can hear you. You're kind of going in and out a little bit for me, but I know
we'll make it work.
Hopefully
we're hold the spot.
Yeah, it's weird. You guys are crystal clear coming in here, so yeah, I don't know. I mean, we just keep rolling with it because I know going out everything's clear. It's just the phone line coming in for some reason is kind of wonky today.
No problem. We'll make it work. I like Amy's. Let's make it work. We got this.
Yeah, we got this.
So on the flip side, Amy, I saw something that you also have your digital YouTube too. That looks really cool.
Yeah,
you're putting out some cool videos.
Yeah, I started a new series. It's called The Babe Cave. So it's all kind of instructional, how to do, and like product testing tutorial videos out of my local shop here, The Babe Cave, right out of my backyard. So it's cool.
It's awesome.
I want to do something, include a couple girls, like, you know, local girls, my friends, but, you know, it's guys like to watch chicks and know what they're doing. I mean, it's different if you throw in a dude.
Jim, is that true? Would you agree with that?
It's so true.
Yeah.
And especially if one knows what they're doing and knows what they're talking about, but I've had this great pedigree. I mean, I grew up, I've been riding bikes for 23 years, but I got a factory dad. Like, my dad has been riding dirt bikes for 60 years. He's awesome, but, you know, you gain your experience and your tips and tricks through people who've been doing it the longest. And, you know, he's probably have changed about 700,000 tires, you know, in his years. So he probably knows how to do it the best way. So I learned from my dad, and then I kind of send it out into the world. So it's fun. I mean,
totally.
And there's a lot of beginners. I mean, most people are at that stage where they're roll their bikes up and go out and have fun with their friends with a campfire. They're, you know, the basic level weekend warriors, we like to call them, but they're the ones who kind of need to know all this stuff. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and, you know, take us through some of these builds you guys are working on, Katie, because I know, you know, over there at Power Nation, I mean, I've been watching and keeping track, and you've had some pretty fun guests in the studio and some pretty fun projects you guys have been working on.
Yeah, you know, I'm so excited about it. It's really cool because the community, I thought motorsports was a small world, and it's so funny how the automotive world is kind of that same level of tightness. Everyone knows somebody in some way. Someone gave it a tire. I mean, it's funny how the parts side of it, everyone knows somebody who's been involved. But, yeah, we've had some really cool builds. And, you know, one thing that I'm really excited about is we were starting to travel the show a little bit, and, you know, we shot at IMS to preview the 100th running of the Indy 500, and we're really incorporating a couple of different aspects to the show now and bringing in kind of a new energy. And some of the builds, you know, we've done a really cool Bronco. We've done some off-road. In case you're not familiar, it's 4 build shows that is extreme off-road, Detroit muscle, engine power, and which one did I not say? Truck check. And so each of them kind of specialize in their own. We've done some cool Mopars. We've done this week on the show, we have a really classic Bel Air, a convertible that is just stunning. And it's really neat because I've always appreciated cars and I've always been around motorsport, but it's amazing how much like you can fall for cars. And I was out at the Optima Ultimate Search for the Ultimate Streetcar this weekend in Vegas, and that's a show that's now going to be on MAV and NBC Sports. And it's interesting that now it's like the love of the cars, all these street cars that are coming out. There's something so special about every kind of car, and it's been a fun process, and to have some of these guests and shows on the show, it's really been awesome.
Yeah,
and you really have the opportunity to learn about the history, of all these cars too, which must make you appreciate them even more. Kind of the story behind them all.
Totally. I mean, it's like, for me, I'm a storyteller, and Jim knows this from my past. Like, I would much rather get the story of exposing X, Y, and Z. If you're going to expose a driver to what they have for breakfast, or why they're feeling so good about their race setup is also because they had some great family time over the weekend, or whatever it is. I love telling the stories, and to me, that's one of the coolest things about Power Nation is we had a car last week, which will be airing in the next few weeks. I can't talk too much about it, but it was a father-son build. And, the guy's literally taught his son from the ground up. He now has a 7-year-old daughter in the shop. And trying to tell those stories is what I think is so cool. And at times when we have original owners come back in where the car has been off for 30-some years and, random trailers, and there's just every car has a story. And I think that's something that I'm learning more and more about. And that's what I actually love about the show, is being able to tell those stories.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love that, and that's really what draws people in and hooks them and keeps them watching. I mean, I personally like the story as well. You really get emotionally attached to things like that. So
yeah.
And I know that's, Katie and I have always been that way. Let's tell the story behind the story. And, and I know
Totally.
Amy and I are that way with the show. Let's ask the questions nobody else does, because, these people you get on, they get asked the same question over and over. So what can we ask that's out of the box
Right.
that takes us behind the scenes? But, I know you for a while. I know you work with the San Diego Padres, and, and I know you enjoyed that. But, I know you were really looking forward to getting back into motorsports. It was like there was a part of you missing, and you got to feel fulfilled now back, on the four-wheel side of things.
I am Jim, I remember our conversation. I remember what I was doing when we were walking around, and I was walking around the neighborhood. You and I were on the phone, and I truly am so thankful to be back in motorsport, and so thankful to be back with cars. And I don't know, I love covering mainstream sports, and I love and follow baseball and football, and I would cover. I'd be a sideliner for sure again if the opportunity came about, except I would love to combine that with motorsport. I miss the family. I miss the realm of it. And for sure, I'm loving, I feel so blessed. I actually I was in my own little world the other day. I was just praising God for the opportunity, because I just really have felt so much more fulfilled the last couple of months getting back into this world, and I'm really appreciative for it.
Yeah. Well, and I know we're kind of winding things down, but I got to ask you before we go, I saw you were out shredding some Polaris Razors the other day. How are you liking that?
Yeah. Oh, my God. I love it. It is so much fun. It's so much fun. The cool thing is we're battling out between a 4-seater and a 2-seater, and it's so fun because we have access to a 2-seater. And those, we can just rip it around, and it's a little bit looser. It's so much fun. You kind of actually feel a little bit safer than even in a 4-seater, even though a 4-seater is, I don't know. I don't know why I would say that, but it's so much fun, and I have loved using ours. We go out to Acatio Wells, and we were just talking about it this morning of when we're going to go back out and how we're going to make that happen. So the Polaris.
I love Acatio.
Awesome.
Nice.
Oh, isn't it awesome? There's so much places to shred. It's amazing.
I know. It's awesome.
All right. We got to wind things up here, Katie, but we need to do this more regular, like every couple of months or something like that. This is
definitely got to bring her on more regularly.
Yeah,
and if you ever want to jump in co-driver with me at one of the Terracross rounds, I would love to have you. It'd be sweet to have it all kicked off.
Girl, I'd love to. Sign me up. You let me know when. We'll make it happen. And Jim, for sure, I love coming on here.
Yeah, we definitely need to do it more often. And I'll shoot a group text out after this. We'll get everything dialed in, but we need to make this like a more of a regular thing. But as always, Katie, appreciate it. And hopefully we get to catch up, off air in person sometime soon.
I hope so. You guys have a good rest of the show. Thanks so much for having me on.
All right, thanks, Katie. And
thanks, Beck.
Bye, guys. Bye.
And we're going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, I'm going to have a stacked Dirtfish Rally Report coming right at you here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR.
Hey, I'm RJ Anderosn, factory Polaris driver, and I drive Polaris because it's the most capable, race-ready off-road vehicle on the market.
When RJ Anderosn wanted to set a world record for the longest UTV jump in history, not once but twice, what company did he trust? Polaris and their championship-winning RZR XP1000. RJ is a UTV champion behind the wheel of Polaris vehicles, and he exclusively trusts the Polaris RZRs to bring him race wins and championships against some of the toughest off-road racers in the world. The same Polaris RZRs RJ has won championships in, set world records in, and conquered the Wall of Death in XP1K2 are available to you at your local Polaris dealer. Take the advice of world record holder RJ Anderosn and visit Polaris on the web at Polaris.com to see the full lineup of Polaris RZR vehicles, or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris RZR. MTX Audio is the leader in sound. Whether you're looking for high-quality, all-weather motorsports audio products like soundbars, amplifiers, and speakers that will work on any UTV or motorcycle, need to dial in your car or home with high-performance audio solutions, or are looking for a new portable speaker or set of headphones, MTX Audio has what you need to get your project sounding as good as it looks. MTX Audio is a family-owned American manufacturer who has been in business for over 40 years. Check out the full line of products at MTX.com. Since 1970, KC Highlights has been designing and manufacturing performance lighting for off-road and motorsports, beginning with the legendary Daylighter up until today's revolutionary Flex, Pod, and Pro 6 lighting systems. KC Highlights offers a full line of halogen, HID, and LED lighting solutions for your off-road vehicle. Looking for the best quality lighting? Looking for the brand champions choose? You're looking for KC Highlights. Find out more information at kchighlights.com or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at KC Highlights.
The hotel is waiting. And your getaway is as close as Blue Water Resort and Casino's Spring Room Special, starting at just $54.95. You'll be steps away from hot slot machines, table games, bingo, restaurants, lounges, the Blue Water Marina, golf, and more. Lee Greenwood hits the stage in the amphitheater Saturday, February 27th. Book your room today at BlueWaterFun.com or call 888-243-3360. Rooms starting at just $54.95. Now at Blue Water Resort and Casino in Parker, Arizona. Available Sunday through Thursday, February 1st through April 30th. Based on availability. Tax and resort fees are not included. Cannot be combined with any other offers. Excludes holidays, weekends, and special events.
Looking to have some fun on four wheels? Dirtfish Rally School has you covered. Packing as much adrenaline and adventure as you can handle into high-performance all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive Subaru rally cars is where the fun begins at Dirtfish. Just 30 minutes outside of Seattle and Snoqualmie, you'll get a chance to train up to 3 full days with some of the country's best instructors and be put through the high-octane rush of rally on mud, dirt, and tarmac. Get started today and call 425-888-7715 or visit us online at dirtfish.com and use code 911 for a 15% discount. Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. Jim Beaver, Amy Hood coming at you, just wrapping up with RJ Anderosn, Katie Osborne. Great way to kick off the show. Two of my favorite guests, favorite people to have on. But right now, we're going to fast forward into a Dirtfish Rally Report brought to you by our good friends at Dirtfish Rally School. Find out more information on the web, www.dirtfish.com. And over this weekend, we had some big news breaking out of the Patrick Sandell camp. He is back with Brian Herta Racing in Red Bull Global Rallycross. Signed up with Cobalt Tools yet again, longtime sponsor of Patrick Sandell. They will be back campaigning a Ford Fiesta in Red Bull Global Rallycross. And, man, the entries are rolling in for Rally America Oregon Trail Rally. Still haven't hit the cap, but definitely some heavy hitters, some celebrities coming in. It's definitely going to be a good one. And over the weekend, we had the first round of the FIA World Rallycross Championship happening in Portugal. Peter Solberg coming away with that victory. Robin Larson second, Topi Heikkinen in third, Andreas Bakkerud blue in fourth, Sebastian Loeb fifth, Johan Kristoffersen finding himself into sixth. Ken Block having some troubles in the first round, but his teammate Andreas Bakkerud definitely had his card dialed in. Definitely looking for a rebound from Ken Block at the next round here in a couple of weeks. And that was your Dirtfish Rally Report for this week, brought to you by our good friends at Dirtfish Rally School. Find out more information on the web at www.dirtfish.com.
I'm Polaris rider Levi LaValle, and I choose Polaris just because they have the best quality, highest performing, most fun machines out there.
Only one company has taken Levi LaValle to 10 X Games medals, snowcross championships, a double backflip, and a world record long jump of 412 feet across the San Diego Harbor on New Year's Eve, and that company is Polaris. Whether it's dominating the X Games, racing a stock Polaris RZR XP1000 in the Terracross Championship, or just hitting the trail on the weekend, for over 20 years, Levi has relied on the same quality Polaris vehicles and products you can purchase at your local Polaris dealer. Take the advice of action sports legend Levi LaValle and visit Polaris on the web at Polaris.com to see the full lineup of Polaris vehicles, or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris RZR. Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. Jim Beaver, Amy Hood here, and Katie Osborne. We've had RJ Anderosn, and a whole lot more happening. And don't forget, want to give one last plug in for our good buddy. I don't want to say one last plug because I'm sure we're going to plug it throughout the show, but our good friend Hubert Rowland there with Nitro Circus, having his RZR stolen over the weekend, and Definitely keep your eyes out for Hubert's RZR. We want to get that thing back for him, get him dialed in, and I know he's been practicing like a madman for Terracross coming up starting this summer. So I don't know.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah,
I need to practice for Terracross.
I think we all need to practice for Terracross. I don't know.
You definitely need some practice there, Jim.
Yeah. We'll see. I didn't roll it the last couple rounds. Last one I did in Charlotte, I think I finished sixth. So definitely made some improvements.
Come the summertime, I have nothing on my mind but two wheels. Like, I know Terracross is at the end of the season, so right now my main focus is two wheels. Right after this show, as soon as I hang up the phone, I am jumping in my truck, and I'm going to pick up my brand new Yamaha R3 street bike. I can't wait. I'm so excited. It's like Christmas today.
Yeah, it's I'm jealous, man, going out shredding a street bike. I know you were in a Polaris Slingshot over the weekend, too. You're just killing it with the pavement pounders lately.
Yeah, well, yesterday also I went for a rip in the Slingshot. We like to go for ice cream with it, but it's pretty funny because we rolled into this little ice cream parlor, and all the girls who worked inside were freaking out, coming outside, taking Snapchats, pictures, videos with it. Like, they couldn't believe how sexy this thing is. Every time we're driving down the road, people are hanging out the windows with their phones, snapping photos of the Slingshot. It's so cool. It's one of my favorite things ever. I would swap my everyday vehicle and drive that thing every day. I love it. It's super fun.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I've got this Subaru I'm driving around, this beautiful hyper blue Subaru WRX STI.
It's a nice color. I love the color of it.
Yeah, and I pulled in, trying not to eat fast food, but I pulled in to get a Diet Dr. Pepper at one of the local fast food places the other day, and this girl that was working the window, she's a high school girl, she came up and literally her mouth was she's like, rev the engine, I want to hear the blow-off valve, and I'm like, holy crap, this girl knows her turbos, but it was kind of funny, all the employees are looking at her, and she was literally trying to get me to rev it up in the drive-thru and everything else, and it was comedic. I guess her boyfriend's a Subaru fan and has a Subaru too, but
that's cool.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting. So here I'm in the drive-thru getting a diet soda and revving up the engine of this WRX. But I guess it was one of those things had to be there, right? But yeah. All right, we're going to take a short break. We come back. Joe Duncan from Terracross going to be on the line here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. I'm Polaris rider Jim Beaver. I race trophy trucks professionally, host a Down and Dirty radio show, and also travel the country announcing motorsports events. I've seen it all, and trust me, I've done most of it, so when it comes time to relax on the weekend, nothing is better than taking time with my family in our RZR vehicles. They've got the reliability I need to just pick up and go explore the desert, dunes, or trail, and have the capability to attack even the harshest terrain. If you're looking for some of the most reliable and safest, and hands down most capable off-road machines in the world, look no further than Polaris and their award-winning lineup of RZR vehicles. Whether you want your daughter to experience off-road driving for the first time in a RZR 170 like me, take the entire family out in a RZR XP4 1000 on the weekend, or shred the desert and dunes in the all-new RZR XP 1000 Fox Edition, Polaris has you handled. Take my advice and join me and some of the best drivers in the world by driving a Polaris RZR. Check out the full Polaris RZR lineup at Polaris.com or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris RZR. For 100 years, General Tire has provided tires for your lifestyle, your adventure, your anywhere. Born from competition, the Grabber tire offers the durability and off-road traction you demand in a tire. We put these tires to the test in the harshest off-road racing conditions to give you a tire that will make your anywhere possible. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us photos at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible. Because with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, a 268 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine, rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, it's not a sibling rivalry, it's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
Life is all about sound, the sound of sports, the sound at the racetrack, and the sound of your vehicle. Don't drive around listening to this. Drive around listening to the sound of performance. Gibson Performance. Gibson Performance Exhaust is the company who can turn this into this. Remember that life is all about sound, and Gibson Exhaust is the sound of performance. Check out your next catback exhaust system, headers, muffler, or UTV exhaust at GibsonPerformance.com and get more power and more sound.
Looking to have some fun on four wheels? Dirtfish Rally School has you covered. Packing as much adrenaline and adventure as you can handle into high-performance all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive Subaru rally cars is where the fun begins at Dirtfish. Just 30 minutes outside of Seattle in Snoqualmie, you'll get a chance to train up to 3 full days with some of the country's best instructors and be put through the high-octane rush of rally on mud, dirt, and tarmac. Get started today and call 425-888-7715 or visit us online at dirtfish.com and use code 911 for a 15% discount. Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. Jim Beaver, Amy Hood here. We got Joe Duncan from Terracross on the line in our weekly Terracross segment. And I got to say, Joe, I know Amy and I have been beating the horse pretty hard, but it's not dead yet. We're going to continue to beat it all show long. But good friend Hubert, man, somebody decided they thought they needed a RZR a little more than he did, and definitely not a good thing.
Yeah, what a terrible situation for our buddy Hubert. You know, you just think the good of everybody, and then for that to happen, and you know, truck, trailer, RZR, not a cheap endeavor. You know, the great thing is look at the support he's getting from the, you know, obviously the Terracross community, the UTV side-by-side community. I mean, they've located it twice now, or someone has seen it and sent him information. So the more people we get involved, the more people talking about it, and the more we can keep these machines from disappearing.
Yeah, I agree. There comes a point where you got a window of opportunity, and then after that, it's gone, and things are stripped, and and it seems like that window of opportunity is still open right now. So hopefully we can get it located. But speaking of Hubert, I know one thing we haven't really talked about as far as Terracross goes is, I know Hubert's involved with you in, in this new division that I'm going to be racing in, and Jason Ellis and Hubert and a few others. But let's talk a little bit about some of the divisions we've got in Terracross this year, once the series hits, because I know in the past it's been basically a men's and a women's division, but this year Terracross expanding and bringing in some other divisions.
Yeah, so really cool things happening and expanding with Terracross. We've had the great men's division that we've been running for, the past 3 years now, and we have the, one of my favorite classes, the women division, and of course, Jim, you've single-handedly helped us fill that women's class, and then our hero military class, powered, Paul Thacker kind of helps us head that program up, and that's been an amazing class. So those three classes have kind of been the staple last year and our building programs. But this year, we've kind of stepped it up a notch, and with the amazing support of Polaris and the Razors and their ever-growing onslaught of side-by-sides, we're introducing the turbo class this year, the Polaris Razor Turbo 1000 class, and basically we've taken the top 5 in our men's class for points and have jumped into that top class there. So you got RJ Anderosn, you got Mickey Thomas, you got Cody Raiders, you got Cole Coutu, and then a couple others that are looking at it. Of course, you guys both know Ronnie Renner really well, and that's the class. If everything goes as planned right now, he'll be running in that class, and looks like his schedule's opening up this year, and he'll be able to race our full series, and he'll be racing in the turbo class. And then we got some pretty big name action sports stars and racers that are going to come and go from the series depending on their schedule, and there's a few spots for those guys to come in and race the turbo class. So there'll be 9-10 in the turbo class. Then we'll have our men's class. We've broken that down from the 27 to 30 that we were experiencing, and we're going to have that at a maximum of 20 drivers in that men's class. And then we have, of course, the amazing women's class. We'll have 10 in there, and actually that class is pretty much full. We have, I think, 13 women right now trying to get their sponsors and partners in order for 10 spots, and we'll only be able to take 10 women in that class. That's kind of on a first come, first serve. Of course, Amy and Sarah Price and Jamie Ward and the staples in the series, Katie Vernola, Shelby Anderson. We just got such a great women's field in there. And then the Celebrity X class is going to be another new one like the turbo class. And this class is up to 10 athletes. They all get to get their practice in, their seating in, a qualifying setup, and then they'll run a final of 10 drivers. And of course, yourself, we've made it for the people that draw media attention, the guys that can really get the exposure for that class. And you got Hubert Rowland. Basically, it's going to be everyone's favorite redneck class. He's going to help invite athletes. He's got a list of about 15 to 20 people that he's working on. They're going to come and go. We got guys like yourself and Jason Ellis and Hubert and a couple others that are going to race every race for the points championship. And then we're going to have 4 or 5 spots that people are going to be invited, and some social media programs that go along with it, and they get to come and play with us at our Terracross event. And then, of course, we have our Hero Military Adaptive class, which is a huge one for me and a lot of people involved with Terracross. Supporting our troops, supporting our PTSD soldiers, supporting our wounded soldiers, and most importantly, giving given an outlet, showing what a adaptive athlete can do. There's nothing holding these people back, whether they're injured, whether there's, trauma, whatever it is, there's nothing holding them back. And we have Terracross to give them an outlet for that.
Yeah. Well, I know, talking about adaptive and stuff like that, I was just, I know all of us are good friends with Paul Thacker. And I got to tell you, have you been watching his Instagram feed? He is absolutely killing it on his snowmobile lately. He was hitting some kickers on that snowmobile. And I'm like, holy crap, Paul is flat, laying it down.
Well, you know what? Nothing holds that guy back. And from a few weeks after his unfortunate accident, he was right back. He was actually in helping others cope with their situations at the Craig Hospital in Denver, and from there he just kept that positive attitude and spun it right around. Taking a silver medal at the X Games this year. I mean, his goal since I met that guy has been to get a medal at the X Games, and with some unfortunate luck over the years, he's never able to do that. And this year he did it. And I still think every day he posts something about that medal, which is pretty awesome. Yeah. And then, he teamed up with the boys up in Washington, Joe Parsons and Corey Davis and a few others up there. And he went and hit the foam pit, which is one of the things him and I have been talking about for a long time, is he wants to get back upside down, and sure shit, he got out there and he did it, and he had a blast. And thanks to those guys and Monster Energy for making that happen and getting him back. And then he jumps back in the Monster motorhome and heads back home to Alaska. Jumps on his Polaris Axis and Axis RMK, and he goes and hits some big mountains. And like you said, he's going big and having fun, and, nothing more than being on a sled. A little bit, Terracross and his Razor and being out on the course and being with the Hero military class, but you get Paul Thacker on a sled, and he knows how to have a good time, and he doesn't go small, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we got to wrap things up here, Joe, but I appreciate the time, buddy. We'll definitely do it again next week, and we are going to be back here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. After this break, we've got Jeff Alessi, Supercross Racer, calling in. Later on in the show, we got Brett Q on the line. All that and more still to come.
I'm Polaris rider Levi LaValle, and I choose Polaris just because they have the best quality, highest performing, most fun machines out there.
Only one company has taken Levi LaValle to 10 X Games medals, snowcross championships, a double backflip, and a world record long jump of 412 feet across the San Diego Harbor on New Year's Eve, and that company is Polaris. Whether it's dominating the X Games, racing a stock Polaris Razor XP1000 in the Terracross Championship, or just hitting the trail on the weekend, for over 20 years, Levi has relied on the same quality Polaris vehicles and products you can purchase at your local Polaris dealer. Take the advice of action sports legend Levi LaValle and visit Polaris on the web at Polaris.com to see the full lineup of Polaris vehicles, or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris Razor. Are you looking for a place to push yourself behind the wheel and see how your driving skills stack up? Dirtfish Rally School is that place. Located on 315 acres of pristine automotive playground at the foot of the Cascade Mountains in Snoqualmie, Washington, right outside of Seattle, Dirtfish Rally School is a one-of-a-kind place where everyone from first-time drivers to seasoned professionals like Bucky Lassick and Antoine Lestage can push themselves to their limit. Whether driving the high-performance, rally-prepped all-wheel drive Subaru Impreza STI is what you're looking for, or you'd rather hang it all out in the rear-wheel drive Subaru BRZs, Dirtfish Rally School has something for everyone. Classes are available from 2 hours to 3 full days and feature instructors with over 150 years of combined racing experience. Whether you're looking to become the best and get an edge on the competition, or just looking to freshen your skills behind the wheel, Dirtfish Rally School is the place to go. For more information on registering for classes, visit Dirtfish on the web at dirtfish.com, or to check out the latest happenings from Dirtfish, follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Dirtfish Rally. Since 1970, KC Highlights has been designing and manufacturing performance lighting for off-road and motorsports, beginning with the legendary Daylighter up until today's revolutionary Flex, Pod, and Pro 6 lighting systems. KC Highlights offers a full line of halogen, HID, and LED lighting solutions for your off-road vehicle. Looking for the best quality lighting? Looking for the brand champions choose? You're looking for KC Highlights. Find out more information at kchighlights.com or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at KC Highlights. MTX Audio is the leader in sound. Whether you're looking for high-quality, all-weather motorsports audio products like soundbars, amplifiers, and speakers that will work on any UTV or motorcycle, need to dial in your car or home with high-performance audio solutions, or are looking for a new portable speaker or set of headphones, MTX Audio has what you need to get your project sounding as good as it looks. MTX Audio is a family-owned American manufacturer who has been in business for over 40 years. Check out the full line of products at mtx.com. Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Jim Beaver, Amy Hood here, joined on the line by Supercross racer Jeff Alessi. How's everything going, Jeff?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey,
you guys hear me?
Welcome.
Yeah, we can hear you, man. Everything is clear. The phone line may be a little bit scratchy, but everything going out to the airwaves is crystal clear. So I don't know. We got a little problem with a phone line internally, but everything is good to go if you can hear me.
Yeah, it's no problem. I can hear you just fine.
All right, man.
How you guys doing?
You're awesome.
Yeah, doing well, man. Just another week, another radio show, but definitely, Amy, reached out to me and said, "Hey, we got to get Jeff on the line." I said, "Absolutely, man. It's great to see you back on a bike and out hitting some Supercross events."
Yeah, it's been a pretty good season so far. I didn't come in with the years of being ready like all these other guys have, but coming back now for 4 years, not racing Supercross and making my first main third round in, pretty good. Definitely trying to get more consistency. I've made 3 of the last 4 rounds, the main events, and actually the last 2 rounds, last weekend, the day race in St. Louis, I made the main event out of the semi, which was cool, I even had an extra position to spare. The weekend before that, I was running 5th in the semi and made a mistake on the last lap with half a lap to go, and definitely was kicking myself because I gave up the transfer spot out of that semi, but was able to go back to the LCQ and make it out of that. So I'm really happy with the way I'm riding. I'm really happy with the way the team is around me, the way they formed to get me, happy with the bike and comfortable. So, I'm really happy with everything this year so far. So, hope everyone that's watching, the haters and the lovers, they know that I'm out there pushing and trying my hardest. So, I'm doing it. I'm doing it for the fans, doing it for my fans, and I'm even doing it for the haters,
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, we were kind of debating on talking about this, but, I know you and your family personally, and I know you guys get a bad rap. And quite frankly, I don't think it should be that way. And it's funny because I want to tell the story of how I kind of came to meet you guys and why I think so highly of your family. But I remember I was 12 years old. I was at a big national at Millville, and I was on the line, this scared little girl, and this is kind of when you guys were in your prime, your amateur years. There's so much hype around the Alessi boys, and you guys actually came to the line, pulled my bike off the starting line, and packed my gate for me. And you and your dad and your brother cheered me on, and, dude, I was like a fan from the start. Like, you guys are so nice, so grateful, such a good family, really, really good people. I mean, you guys are very welcoming and talk to everybody and such again, good people. And it's funny that you guys get a bad rap, but I have to commend you on how well you deal with the bullshit. Honestly, you're very humble, very gracious, and I just have to say, controversy is all part of racing and all part of professional athletes, but you handle it very well, and I'm really happy to see you back after, a 4-year hiatus is a long time, and to be making 450 mains, I mean, that is good. I mean, you obviously are a very well-rounded athlete, but, how has been, handling the controversy and coming back? Like, why did you decide to come back after 4 years?
Well, I mean, it's a normal thing to go to the races and have the few hecklers, but it's been pretty easy for me going to the races. A lot of people, I have them coming up to me and telling me that I'm doing good. I have some people, that I see, regularly that try to help me out and tell me, how to continue doing better. I still have, I obviously have a really, 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 I guess you could say, hardworking brother. He's always set the bar for me pretty high. So
your whole family, your brother, your dad, yourself.
Say that again.
You have a whole hardworking family, like your brother, yourself, your dad. You guys are like a family unit that busts your butts every weekend.
Yeah, it's something to live up to. Holding, having that Alessi on your back. It's I get text messages from my dad if I say something, or if something happens on the weekend. It's always I guess I gotta hold my actions higher than what a lot of people have to because of that added attention, especially since I'm coming off of all the drama that happened in 2013, and I know that there are a lot of people that are sitting there watching to see how I'm doing, see just how my weekends are going, seeing how I'm acting, how just my program is definitely in the limelight right now. It's nice. You get to take the goat to bed, and I really enjoy it. And like you said, anytime we are at the track and we see something that might help somebody, or we're not one of those riders. Me or my brother, we're not one of those riders that just keep walking and mind our own business. We tend to get into other people's business, whether it's to help them or to, if they're talking smack, we're not scared to go up and ask them what the problem is. I don't think that we deserve it as much as we've gotten, but obviously,
no, not at all.
It's definitely one of those things where we've been doing it for so long, and people expect a lot of us, and some people want to see us fail, and that's just the way it is in the sport. I'm sure that there's other riders and other athletes and other sports that have to deal with it. So we're not the only ones. So we remember that. We think about that.
Yeah. Well.
Exactly, and I mean, you can either let it affect you one of two ways. You can, let it be a negative influence on your life and pack up and go home and never, show your face again. But I mean, you guys just sucker through it, and it's like no big deal, and you guys are back, every weekend, and you can let it be the fire under your butt to perform better than you ever have, to kind of prove all these quote-unquote haters wrong, and that's exactly what you're doing. And, I've been following social media and following Instagram and Facebook, and you've got a lot of people on your side who, kind of, are at your defense and applauding you every weekend for showing up and kicking butt. And I think you're doing, a heck of a job. But I have to ask you, are you going to be following in your brother's footsteps and making, your appearance at the Canadian Outdoor Nationals? Because I'd love to see you race here.
Well, in 2014, I made my way up for Deschambault in the final four races. It went all right. The first race definitely was the best. I came back for the last three races to tracks that were really physically demanding and didn't perform up to the level that I thought I could do. However, like I said, the first race went really well and gave me a really good taste of how Canada is. I really like the people. The racers are really good. There's a lot of kids and a lot of riders coming up that are coming from Canada that are really good, the Pettis. And then, there's the racers up there that know their tracks, know their program, and they do good, so they make it a little tougher for the Americans making that transition up to the Great White North. But I loved it up there. I had a really good time. As of right now, I really don't have any offers to go up there. I'd like to go up there. I think that maybe my fitness would be kind of questionable for those really physical tracks because I remember them last year. I think it might have been, I don't know if it was Walton that was the sand track with the hills.
Gopher Dune.
Maybe.
Gopher Dune is one of our
no, I don't think it was Gopher. It was, it had big rocks, really big hills, kind of sandy, had a hard spot. My brother pretty much lost the championship there last year when it was, or in 2014 when he hit a rebar. And, but yeah, like
probably
that
Walton.
track, yeah, it might be Walton. But yeah, that track, when I think of going back up to Canada, that track really makes me think about, I have to be fit and kind of be ready. And, it's not like Supercross where you can go out there and just flow and, pick apart the track, like a surgeon, in Canada on those tracks, you just have to be gritty and strong, and you got to be willing to kind of hang your nuts out on the edge of your sleeve. And, I mean, that kind of makes me a little nervous, I'll be honest about it, but I mean, not every track was that tough. Most of the tracks were really fun, including that track. I think it was Walton is what we're saying it is. Overton, I don't know which one it was. But that track specifically makes me know that if I'm going to Canada, I got to be extremely fit and ready to go. And we'll see if something comes up where I can get that time and that practice and to be prepared for it. I know that my teammate Cade is going up there, and then my brother and Vince obviously will be making their way up there for the Kawasaki team. I wish them the best of luck. I really would like to see my brother win the championship up there and take that confidence and bring it back down here for next year's Supercross season. I think he deserves it. He works. Yeah, that's the thing about my brother is from day one he's always worked the hardest he can, and through the last few years, obviously we've had a lot more competition come into the 450 class, and he still tries his hardest when he can. When he's surrounded by guys that are champions like James Stewart, you see he doesn't bow down. He just pushes really hard, and that motivates me to try and get myself somewhere where I can race and continue building. Because, I mean, if you think about this Supercross season for myself, like I said, I didn't race Supercross for 4 years, and I was nervous. Like, I went to Germany. Like, I my whole summer, I didn't ride, didn't train, just was basically in Ohio, fishing. And then my dad's like, hey, my dad says, we're getting close here. It's coming up on October. You want to get over here to California and start training and get ready for Germany. I'm like, man, I haven't been riding at all. My bike is toasted. So we ended up selling that bike, put me on one of Mike's race bikes that he wasn't racing because he was switching over to Honda. And got a little practice in, went to Germany, and I'm telling you, being in Germany was the most stressful time of my life. I wasn't really ready. I showed up to the first race, and if anyone knows anything about the Germany series, it's a little bit different than how we run the 450 program here, but kind of similar. Instead of like going to heat race, and if you race a heat race over here and you don't qualify out of the heat race, you're just automatically put to the semi. Well, over there, you actually have to qualify out of your heat race to make it to the semi. If you don't make it out of the heat race, you have to go to the LCQ, and if you make it out of the LCQ, now you get to race your semi. And then, obviously, you go to your semi, you make it out of your semi, you go to the main event. If you don't make it out of the semi, you go to the LCQ for the semi, and then you make it to the main event. Well, I, in my first 4 races over there, didn't make it out of either the heat race or the LCQ to make it to the semi. It was absolutely, I was so rusty, I had a really old bike. I think that was a little bit of the problem. Obviously, a lot of those guys over there were on updated 2016s, and they all had really good stuff. And I was on a little bit older of a bike. I was on a 2012 that my brother had raced 5 years ago over there. But, it took me a few races, and it was kind of crazy because on my 5th and 6th night of racing over there, I was able to make it to the main event and get 6th the first night, and then I was able to progress the next night to get 3rd in the main event. So I see a lot of progression with me. I'm not one of those riders that goes out there and just it stays the same speed. And I think that the way that I'm progressing, the speed that I'm getting back, and how fast I'm getting it back, I feel like maybe it might take me, till next Supercross season or the one after that for me to get to where I really want to be. But if I can ride the way I'm riding in practice on my fast lap, or how I've been riding in the semis the last 2 weekends, I feel like if I could ride that speed in the main event, I could be a top 12 guy.
Yeah.
But the tracks are so, even in Supercross the last few weekends, they've been so physical that getting the laps done have been pretty tough. This last weekend, I was able to get 17 laps done, and that just shows you how much faster guys like Dungey are when they're able to lap you through times. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But like I said, going back to where I'm coming from, I haven't been racing for 4 years, and I haven't been racing
in the short amount of time that you've been back, you've really been able to put it all together, though, and show us, what Jeff Alessi is made of, and give it a little bit more time, and then you'll have it dialed, and that's what's exciting about it. But
Yeah,
I'm excited. We gotta wrap this up,
I
Jeff.
love it.
Hey, we gotta cut to a commercial break, buddy. But we'll definitely appreciate the time having you on the show, and we will.
Gotta bring him back on after.
Yeah, we definitely got to bring you back on, here in the next couple of weeks, and and do this again. But we got to wrap things up here. Go to a commercial break here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR.
Hey, I'm RJ Anderosn, factory Polaris driver, and I drive Polaris because it's the most capable, race-ready off-road vehicle on the market.
When RJ Anderosn wanted to set a world record for the longest UTV jump in history, not once but twice, what company did he trust? Polaris and their championship-winning RZR XP1000. RJ is a UTV champion behind the wheel of Polaris vehicles, and he exclusively trusts the Polaris RZRs to bring him race wins and championships against some of the toughest off-road racers in the world. The same Polaris RZRs RJ has won championships in, set world records in, and conquered the Wall of Death in XP1K2 are available to you at your local Polaris dealer. Take the advice of world record holder RJ Anderosn and visit Polaris on the web at Polaris.com to see the full lineup of Polaris RZR vehicles, or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris RZR. Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. Just wrapping things up with Jeff Alessi, Jim Beaver, Amy Hood here. We got Brett Q on the line. I know, Brett, you've been having a little fun out of Pastrana Land, my friend.
Man, I always have fun. I don't care where I'm at. It's good. So it's been having a blast, and just got back to Oklahoma yesterday, I believe. So spent a week out there, and yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, it looked like, man, you guys were throwing down out there.
Breaking bikes, throwing down, doing front flips, smashing things.
Yeah, I got there at 5 o'clock last Sunday, and Travis was like, "Hey, I got to go to a family dinner, but before I get back tomorrow, you got to learn how to do a front flip and a back flip. Foam pit, airbag, 75 feet, go." And I'm like, "For real right now? I've never done either one of those things. I don't want to do that." And he gave me the 5-minute how-to, and I went and did it. So.
Yeah, it's what it sounds like, man. Anytime you go out to Pastrana Land, you've got no choice. I think they just push you to your limits, and and that's just the way it is. Like if you're going to be there, they're going to push you, and I think that's just from everything I've heard. That's just the way it is, man. They like getting you out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, I mean it's good because he won't tell you can do something unless he really believes you can do it, though. Like people think that he just throws everybody in these situations that he is just trying to get you hurt or whatever, but it's not the case. He's really smart, really calculated guy, and he trusts in my abilities apparently more than I do. So it was awesome, though. It was so much fun. It was an experience of a lifetime.
Yeah. Well, I gotta ask, man. I know I saw a post you threw up on Instagram a while back. How is it to finally know you're heading to X Games?
Oh man, I'm pumped. it's been a long road for sure. It's been 4 years that I've been trying to get in, and nowadays it's like it's not even so much that like X Games is 6 minutes long. You know, it really doesn't even matter that much. But it's the whole fact that I did what I set out to do in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Just using that tool got me a lot more than X Games ever could or would. I don't want to. I'm not bashing X Games or anything like that, but it was a huge tool for me to take the next step in my career, I guess. So if it wouldn't have been for them and for the name X Games and for not getting invited, I probably wouldn't be where I am. So it's everything happens for a reason, and I can't complain a bit about it.
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, you know, that's one thing I've always said. You know, and there's only been a few disciplines I could ever even compete in. You know, on the 4-wheel side of things, and you know, I've never got an invite yet. But I know there's a lot of politics involved behind the scenes on who gets invites, who doesn't. You know, but I think, like you said, I mean, regardless of whether you take home a medal or not, it's kind of like the Olympics. It's cool to say, "Hey, I was an X Games athlete."
Yeah, exactly, for sure. I mean, last year I got to be an alternate, and that was super cool. But this year, to know that I'm in, it's pretty special. So I'm pumped.
What goes into X Games
sure.
Big Whip prep? That's what I want to know. Like, how do you prepare for Big Whip and X Games?
I mean, just riding. Honestly, like I feel like the more comfortable I am, the more riding time I get, the better I'm going to do. So, I don't know. That's a good question. I just bought a ramp finally. I've never had a ramp before of my own. I've kind of
that's good.
just hit one every. Yeah, I'm pumped. So I've only got to hit a ramp like probably once every couple months before that, but it's awesome to have my own now. So it should help out a lot.
Yeah, for sure. So, you know, I got to say, Amy and I, we talked about getting you on air for a while, you know, and it's I got a lot of respect for you and the way you do things. I mean, it seems like, you know, in this day and age, you know, there's a lot of guys that, you know, that race and compete and things like that. But, you know, it seems like now, you know, more than ever, I mean, sponsors and things like that, I mean, to make it in, you know, this industry, whether it's 2 wheels or 4 wheels, you got to bring something else to the table. You know, being a racer just isn't enough anymore, you know. And here I am, I do radio, I do TV, I do media work, and then I race trophy trucks and razors and everything else. I mean, you know, Amy does media work. She's got a YouTube channel. She does all this in addition to racing motocross. And, you know, I look at your following and social media and stuff like that, and you're one of those guys that falls in those lines. It's, you know, it's like, you know, I've got to do something else to be able to do what I love, you know, and you've been really successful at it.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate that. I mean, like you said, if you're not fast enough to be a pro racer or to be where you want to be in the sport, you have to figure something else out. And I mean, if you are the fastest guy, it doesn't matter if anybody likes you, to be honest. But if you are not, you have to just show your personality and be marketable. So that's kind of the road I've taken, and I've never been that fast, honestly. Like, I've always been pretty slow, to be real. But it's good. I mean, I've found my thing, and I'm not the best at whipping a dirt bike. I'm probably not the best at anything, honestly, but I have fun at it. So I think it's cool that people want to watch that and want to follow that. But Dayton doing the videos that he's done has been huge for me as well. Without him, nobody would even know who I am, you know? He's so
you know,
good
that's what I like about you, is you really, you know, attract that general population of motocross riders are those weekend warriors and the people who just do it for fun. Majority of people who own a dirt bike do it because they just love riding with their friends or hitting jumps, going in the bush or, you know, the sand, whatever. And, you know, people like yourself and your following really attract that and show people how much fun they can have on a dirt bike. And, you know, you're doing it right because you're really creating longevity for yourself. You know, owning the fact that you're not the fastest dude on a bike. And I'm in a similar way. Like, I've never won a national championship. I can still hang with the boys or hold my own when I want to, but, you know, I'm not really in it to win any big titles. I just want to have fun on my dirt bike and really show other people how much fun they can have too. And, you know, you are doing it right, and you got social media down, and you're creating a great brand for yourself. And, you know, I know your tagline, the most famous dirt bike rider with 0 career accomplishments, but, man, you got your gear line, Ride 365, you got into X Games, Big Whip. Like, you're slowly lining up a huge number of accomplishments for yourself, so you don't take that away from yourself at all.
Yeah, well, I mean, I kind of told myself I can't win X Games because then I'll have to change my Instagram, and then nobody will follow me, and then I won't have any friends, and it will just be over with from there. So I got to go out and kind of take it easy. You can't be going too crazy out there, but it'll be good.
That's awesome.
You can only get a silver, max a silver. You can't get a gold, right? You're like, I can't get a gold. It's going to ruin everything.
Yep, exactly. I'm going to turn around and look at the voting board up there as I go by, and, oh, man, I better start doing some one-footers or something. I don't need no votes.
Oh, jeez. I think I've heard it all now.
But, I mean, like you said, you got to relate to the everyday person, you know? Like, I try my best to go to all the local tracks around, and just anywhere I'm at, I try not to make myself, like, untouchable. Like, I feel like if you look at somebody like Stewart and you don't ever see him. You know, like, not saying anything bad about him, but it's like he's somebody that's like, I've never even really seen the guy walk by me, you know, and I've been to a million races. It's just like you don't see him. He goes from his motorhome straight to his bike to the track, and then he's gone. And you would never catch him at a local track or anywhere else. Like, I don't want to make myself that guy. I want to be somebody that people can relate to, and I want to go out and ride with the 85 class in the local practice just to make their day, you know. It's fun to me. That just puts a bigger smile on my face than anything. It's not where you go or where you get to ride or how good you do at X Games. It's about the people you get to do it with. So I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I think that's the best part.
I love that. That's exactly the same reason I do my thing, and you know why people ask me why I don't hit up the Canadian Nationals and why I hit up all these local races. Like, I get more enjoyment out of, you know, riding with my friends and riding with new little kids and people and just, you know, kind of doing it for everybody else. Like, you got to take yourself out of this and kind of, you know, give back to the sport that you love. And again, like I said, I think you're really doing it right. But funny story, I got to tell people just kind of how I came to know who Brett Q was. I was in Daytona filming a Ricky Bobby quote video for Motorcycle Superstore, and I was going through all my footage, and I had this guy literally like, just wearing more normal clothes, like no race gear, like jumping in every clip. Like, I had about 20 clips of him jumping into the camera saying a Ricky Bobby quote, and I really had no idea who it was. And I was putting my video together, and someone was like, man, that's Brett Q! Like, he knows all the Ricky Bobby lines. And it was really funny because I wasn't too sure who you were without your helmet on. But I just remember Daytona, you jumped into, like, every single clip you could get to throw a Ricky Bobby quote. And I thought it was awesome.
That's pretty funny. I know you don't remember this, apparently, but I actually met you before that. I don't remember when it was or where it was. It might have been Millville, but it was at a race somewhere. I met you, and I don't remember
Millville.
much about it. But I do remember meeting you there. I think you were with Jimmy and Greg or something. But, yeah, I met you before that. It was just a long time ago.
Oh, I think I remember that. I think we have a photo of you, me, Jimmy Albertson, and Greg Albertson all together at Millville. Pretty sure.
Yeah, there's a chance. There's a very good chance.
Man,
But
we go
that's pretty
way
funny.
back. Dirt bike kids. Awesome.
That's right.
So
That's
what's
right.
next on the program for you, man? What's going on for the rest of the season for you so far? I know you're trying to make a trip up to Winnipeg here to come and hang out with me and ride in my local town and take you to some of our cool tracks. But what else you got going on?
Man, it sounds like whenever I come up there, I'm going to have to find a time when it's not completely a mud fest like you rode in the other day, because I like to keep my gear good. I'm kind of like a preppy freestyle guy now, you know, like I don't like to get dirty. So
Don't worry, I can handle it. We can take you to a nice, like, you know, cement pad track with a ramp if you'd like.
Yeah.
Princess.
Yeah, I'd rather put on a new tire than have to fill in my gear. So other than that, I'm doing X Games, obviously, and then I really don't know a lot of other events that are coming up, but I'm sure Monster Cup will happen again for Best Whip. But mainly my focus right now is working on getting Ride365.com set up. We've been working on that, and it's kind of like just an online store that's kind of the same thing as what I was doing at Motorsport, but it's our own thing, completely separate. And yeah, we got our warehouse going up in Arkansas, and I've been doing a lot of stuff with that, trying to build it up and make it something hopefully I can fall back on one of these days. So it's going good.
Yeah, always got to have
That's
a backup.
awesome.
Right?
I really like your gear. Like the Ride 365 with the big number across the jersey. Like, oh, I love it. And I'm really jealous you jumped to the punch before I did, because that's something I wanted to do. I kept telling Jim, like, I wanted to make my own gear with big number 71, but dang it.
Oh, man.
It's a really nice, sharp-looking stuff, and Kyle Peters looked really good wearing that stuff in Supercross this year. I just remember catching, him rocking it. But, yeah, it's doing good.
Awesome.
Got a good program going.
Nice.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Maybe I'll have to get you a set coming up soon whenever we get our first shipment in.
Yeah, definitely.
Sweet.
For sure. I actually don't have any yet. I just got my first one as a sample set just the other day, so I'm slacking. I don't even get to wear my own gear. But
wearing somebody else's stuff right now.
I'll be wearing it before long.
I get that, man, for sure. But we got to wrap things up here, buddy. But I think we definitely need to get you dialed in as X Games gets closer and get you on before X Games, man. We'll get some fan votes going your way. We'll prime the pump for you.
For sure.
Perfect. I love it. I appreciate you guys.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Brett. We will definitely catch up soon, my friend. We're going to take a short break here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Amy Hood and I will be back after this, wrapping things up.
Hey, I'm RJ Anderosn, factory Polaris driver, and I drive Polaris because it's the most capable, race-ready off-road vehicle on the market.
When RJ Anderosn wanted to set a world record for the longest UTV jump in history, not once but twice, what company did he trust? Polaris and their championship-winning Razor XP1000. RJ is a UTV champion behind the wheel of Polaris vehicles, and he exclusively trusts the Polaris Razors to bring him race wins and championships against some of the toughest off-road racers in the world. The same Polaris Razors RJ has won championships in, set world records in, and conquered the Wall of Death in XP1K2 are available to you at your local Polaris dealer. Take the advice of world record holder RJ Anderosn and visit Polaris on the web at Polaris.com to see the full lineup of Polaris Razor vehicles, or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris Razor.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, a 268 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine, rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, it's not a sibling rivalry, it's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
MTX Audio is the leader in sound. Whether you're looking for high-quality, all-weather motorsports audio products like soundbars, amplifiers, and speakers that will work on any UTV or motorcycle, need to dial in your car or home with high-performance audio solutions, or are looking for a new portable speaker or set of headphones, MTX Audio has what you need to get your project sounding as good as it looks. MTX Audio is a family-owned American manufacturer who has been in business for over 40 years. Check out the full line of products at MTX.com. Since 1970, KC Highlights has been designing and manufacturing performance lighting for off-road and motorsports, beginning with the legendary Daylighter up until today's revolutionary Flex, Pod, and Pro 6 lighting systems. KC Highlights offers a full line of halogen, HID, and LED lighting solutions for your off-road vehicle. Looking for the best quality lighting? Looking for the brand champions choose? You're looking for KC Highlights. Find out more information at kchighlights.com or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at KC Highlights. Your life demands a tire that provides durability, comfort, and performance, and that's what General Tire delivers for you. From the all-season grip of the Grabber UHP to the comfort and on-road manners of the Grabber HTS to the durability and off-road traction of the Grabber AT2, General has a tire that will help get you where you need to go. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible, because with General Tire, anywhere is possible. Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Wrapping things up here with my partner in crime, Amy Hood. Almost another Down and Dirty Radio Show in the books. I know Amy's going to go slay some tires on her new street bike. I don't know. I think
I can't wait. I'm so excited. Like I'm getting ready right now as we wrap up the show here. But man, I just have so much fun every Tuesday. I don't want it to end. Can we just have a radio show that lasts all day?
Yeah.
All of our guests have so much to talk about, and they're so interesting, and I just want to talk to them forever. So it's kind comes to an end after 3 hours.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, it's like, these people, they all become your friends and, and stuff like that. And like, you got to get them into a 12 or 14-minute time slot. And it's like, man, I could talk, with RJ or Katie or like Brett. I'm sure we could have talked forever with him, or even Jeff. It's tough. It definitely makes it hard, but I don't know. We'll figure something out. I don't know. We gotta, like we said, we gotta either do a podcast or second show or something. We'll figure it out.
I know, definitely, but yeah, I'm excited. I've been trying to plan for Brett to get up here to Winnipeg. We'll have to get him on like a live show or something. But we've got tons of nice tracks here, and we have a freestyle compound called Whiskey Throttle that he's been wanting to come check out. So it'd be pretty cool if we could get him up here hanging out. And I'm trying to convert my shop, like the upper loft there, into a little apartment for my moto guests when they come. So if you guys want to come hang out in Winnipeg with me, come on down.
Nice.
I'll think about it.
Nice. That's my apartment. You can't give the thing away yet.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry. You want it? Okay.
Yeah, all right. Well, we gotta give a big shout out to Polaris Razor, General Tire, Subaru, Casey Highlights, Gibson Exhaust, Dirtfish Rally School, MTX, Terracross, Blue Water Resort and Casino, all our guests: Joe Duncan, RJ Anderosn, Katie Osborne, Jeff Alessi, Brett Q. Got upcoming events. We got Supercross. We got some Lucas Oil Rally America, Nora Mexican 1000. Don't forget those Off-Road Motorsports Hall of Fame nominations. Give me a follow at JimBeaver15 on Instagram and Twitter, at AmyHood71. Both of us on Facebook. And don't forget all those back episodes available at downanddirtyshow.com or through our app. And, man, we are going to sign off today. On behalf of Amy Hood, I'm Jim Beaver, and we will see you next week.
Constant Contact helps small businesses stand tall with powerful digital marketing solutions. And now with advanced automation and AI tools in one place, we've got your marketing covered so you can focus more on running your business. With our AI content generator, you'll always have the right words to say. And with pre-built automated email and text messages, you'll say the right thing at the right time, every time. Constant Contact delivers the tools you need to keep up, excel, and grow. Try it free at ConstantContact.com. Constant Contact helps small businesses stand tall with powerful digital marketing solutions. And now with advanced automation and AI tools in one place, we've got your marketing covered so you can focus more on running your business. With our AI content generator, you'll always have the right words to say. And with pre-built automated email and text messages, you'll say the right thing at the right time, every time. Constant Contact delivers the tools you need to keep up, excel, and grow. Try it free at ConstantContact.com.